Hey, Farmers Branch family, it's time for Bible study from the Big Comfy Chair. We're going to continue our study of First Maccabees in preparation again for our study of the prophecy of Daniel in the Old Testament. Unless you know this history and the significance of this to the Jewish nation, you will not understand much of Daniel's prophecy. I assure you. As of right now, no one has downloaded the Bible app from the Facebook page. I hope that some of you have downloaded it from other sources perhaps, but not a single person has clicked on the link. So please let me know if you are reading this along with me, because I doubt anyone enjoys having me read to them. So tonight, if you recall, in our study, that Judas Maccabeus has now made an alliance with Rome, and they have begun to trust in the arm of flesh rather than on the power and might of their God. The events that are recounted in Daniel, I think we have largely covered so far. I would highly recommend that you read the rest of First Maccabees and Second Maccabees so that you understand this extraordinarily significant period in the history of the Jewish nation. It sets the stage for the coming of the Messiah. It sets the stage for the political situation and the religious situation that Jesus' ministry and his incarnation and Jesus' ministry is contextualized in. So it's very important to understand these things, and I do encourage you to read it. The remaining theological implications of it, I think, will be readily apparent to you, and that way we can get on with our study of Daniel. And there are some other things that some background we'll need to also understand the writings of Daniel. These would include the events of 66 AD to 135 AD and their significance for the Jewish nation, because we'll find that Daniel's prophecy concerns itself with a 490-year period that begins when the order is given to rebuild Jerusalem and ends with the desolations that are decreed after the rejection of their Messiah. And so, because if we don't understand this, and we don't understand the amazing prophecy and its significance in the history of the Jewish nation, then we may take some of those words and misapply them to our future. Now, it's not that they have nothing to do with our future, but they're very specific to the time that is allotted to Daniel's people. And we do find some paradigms and we find some implications in the description of the two antichrists that are described by Daniel, both of which came and went in that 490-year period. And so, but tonight I've got something very interesting I want to cover in Maccabees before we move on, because its significance, I'm sure there is some, and it may help us understand that mysterious absence of the tribe of Dan from the remnant, from the sealed remnant of the 144,000 from the tribes of Israel. Because we have found the tribe of Dan. It's not lost. It's absorbed into the population of the world. But as of the time of this writing of First Maccabees, it turns out that they're identifiable. So tonight I will read the relevant portions of Maccabees to find out where this tribe of Dan went and who they were as of this period of time. And then I will post a video made by an archaeologist who comically refers to himself as the naked archaeologist. I assure you, he will have clothes on, but he's an amusing Jewish archaeologist by the name of Simcha Yakobovici, and I will put his video that links the very people we will talk about here from an archaeological and historical standpoint with the tribe of Dan. And so it's really very interesting, but we'll get to it here. Now, my problem is I clicked away from it just a little while ago, and now I've got to go through here and find it again. Because what we see is a continued story of intrigue, deceit, bribery, and we find that Judas Maccabeus will be killed in a military misadventure where he did not adequately, I think, depend on God. His brother Jonathan, and then subsequently his brother Simon, will take the reins of the leadership of the nation, and Simon will take on the role of the high priest of Israel. Now here, if you are reading along in 1 Maccabees, we're going to go to 1 Maccabees 12, and we'll begin with the first verse. When Jonathan felt that the time was favorable, he chose envoys and sent them to Rome in order to confirm and renew friendship with them. So here he's reinforcing that alliance with Rome that Judas had made, and that they had sort of neglected by dealing with the local rulers, and a complicated story of intrigue there. And he had sort of neglected those ties that Judas had made. And so this is Judas's younger brother, Jonathan, who is now leading the nation. So when he felt the time was favorable, he chose envoys and sent them to Rome in order to confirm and renew friendship with them. He also sent letters in the same vein to the Spartans. Now, Sparta was a city-state of Greece. He had not joined the Peloponnesian alliance with Alexander the Great. They had remained independent of the rest of the Greeks and occupied the southern portion of the former Mycenaean empire and civilization. And they had aligned themselves with the Romans rather than with the Macedonian alliance headed by, at first, Philip and then later by Alexander. And so they had remained outside of that Greek alliance and remained a significant military power as well. He also sent letters in the same vein to the Spartans and to others. The envoys went to Rome and entered the Senate chamber. They said, "Jonathan the high priest and the Jewish nation have sent us to renew our former friendships and alliances." The Romans provided letters for them to give to various people to ask them to assure the envoys safe passage back to Judah. And this is a copy of the letter that Jonathan wrote to the Spartans. "The high priest Jonathan, the senate of the nation, the priests and the rest of the Jewish people, to their brothers the Spartans, greetings. In the past, your king Arius sent a letter to the high priest Onias, stating that you are our relatives, as the appended copy shows. Onias welcomed the envoy with honor and received the letter, which contained a clear declaration of alliance and friendship. Generally, we have no need of these things, since we have the Holy Scrolls as encouragement. Yet we have desired to renew our family ties and friendship with you so that we may not become estranged from you because considerable time has passed since you sent your letter to us. We remember you constantly on every occasion, at our festivals and on the appropriate days, at the sacrifices that we offer, and in our prayers, as it is right and proper to remember relatives. Furthermore, we rejoice at your success. As for us, we have experienced many trials and many wars. The kings around us have waged war against us. We've not wanted to bother you and our other allies and friends about these wars, because we have the help that comes from heaven. So we have been delivered from our enemies, and they have been humbled. Therefore we choose Numenius, Antiochus' son, and Antipater, Jason's son, and send them to Rome to renew our former friendship and alliance with them. Now, a lot of Jewish boys were named after the Greek rulers. Remember, they've gone through this period where many of the Jews admired all things Greek, and the most common name given to their male children was Alexander. And so here they've taken the names. This is not the rulers by those names. These are Jewish men who have been named after the Greek rulers. It says, therefore we've chosen and sent them to Rome to renew our former friendship and alliance with them. Remember, Spartans have allied themselves with Rome as well. We have told them to go to you as well and greet you and deliver you this letter from us concerning the renewal of our family ties. So please send us a reply. And this is a copy of the letter that they sent to Onias. King Arius of the Spartans, to the high priest Onias, greetings. It has been discovered in a written record that the Spartans and the Jews are relatives and are both of the family of Abraham. Since we have learned this, please let us know how you are. On our part, we write to let you know that what is yours, your livestock and property, are as ours, and ours belongs to you. We therefore command that our envoys report to you in keeping with this. So here we have something very interesting, that the Spartans considered themselves children of Abraham. And you will find in this video, I have not yet posted it, I will post it here very quickly. You'll notice in the video that there's archaeological evidence that the Spartans were, in fact, children of Israel, the tribe of Dan. It's fascinating watching, and I won't belabor this here in this setting, because I want you to see that video. It's entertaining. It's not terribly long, and I think it will complement your understanding that the book of Maccabees does contain important information for us to understand the New Testament scripture as well as Old Testament prophecy. So I'm going to sign off for now. Take care. Watch the video, and I'll see you next week.